nigga high as a motherfucker, by the way. Let me go fast forward. I am the nigga, young dog. This high ass nigga.
They don't dance no more. It's all about the lean. Back in the day, crack was jumping on the scene. Now they slumped on the sidewalk.
Can't talk,
Golden era baby,
but we still feel the rock. They used to be kings, now they lost in the scheme.
popping them bottles, throwing money, living dreams. Now they zoned out and mumbling, fumbling. No rhythm in the city, the whole shit crumbling. They used to rock the house, they was riding through the streets. Remember there was dancing, sliding to the beat. Now it's poison in their veins, ain't no pulse on the street. Guess it's over now, they accepted defeat.
Back in the day, the rock had them wild and free. Different story now, they got no energy. New drugs got them slow with the hit unload. Eyes closed and they don't dance no more. Block used to be jumping, type shit they was on. Now it's lights out, guess the thrill is gone.
I am the nigga, I bring it to your rough, rugged, and raw, nigga.
They don't dance no more, it's all about the codeine. Back in the day, they was rocking on the scene. Crack out of pop,
Even dancing in the rain,
now they nodding off.
shit just don't hit the same.
I am that nigga, go ahead. Here we go, Tally Ho here. Tally Ho. How's the audio? Audio should be good. You know what's interesting? A couple of people were texting me and they said, John, you were so right. You don't know how right you were about the coverage that you did a year ago in Charleroi and Springfield, Ohio, and it was at Sylacauga, Alabama as well. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow, but today I wanted to do a preview of that show, and there was an interesting interview that we did. It was a phone call from a lady. I think she was in Springfield, Ohio, and she you'll hear it as it plays here. She had a little frustration with the people on the panel, and it was some good advice, I guess you could say, so as not to do that again, make those same mistakes again. So here's that lady. Here's that interview. This is Springfield, Ohio. Sorry, a resident from Springfield, Ohio. We're going to re-release this interview. Again, this is very interesting because first came the Haitians and no one said anything. And then they brought in the super group, the Somalians. And here we go. Here's an interview.
Been here for 30 years.
What's happening?
Bringing in illegals, dumping them in cities and putting them on tax dollars and then making it by law that everybody...
No, I'm not surprised that it's getting worse.
Yeah. No, I'm just wondering because I guess what I would wonder is, have you been noticing any pushes by your politicians to make it so that everybody in the state must be covered by law, by Medi-Cal, Medicare?
I don't want that.
By law, by Medi-Cal, Medicare.
And so that's Imperious asking, this is a resident from Springfield, Ohio. I think it was Springfield, Ohio. And they were having a lot of Haitian immigrants coming in. And you remember Donald Trump talking about the chickens and things like that. So now we've progressed past the Haitians to Somalia. And so I thought it'd be interesting to go back and listen to some of the complaints this older white lady had about the Haitians coming into her town.
Okay, I have a question.
And you guys know that.
I asked, and I asked this earlier, but I'm gonna ask it again.
What is that? Are you asking about Lord? What are you asking?
No, I'm gonna ask at this point. I'm gonna sort of pivot a little bit to your voting patterns, and I'm gonna ask.
I don't know who you are because you're not the person that I was talking to earlier, just a minute ago.
No, yeah.
So who are you?
Oh, this is an American man. Sorry,
I'm an American man. I am American, and I am a man, and I am anti-immigration, and I am pro-Trump and pro-America.
and okay, that doesn't mean anything for you.
Oh, he's a panelist on the show tonight, and he just has a question for you. He's asked you.
I'm pro-Trump and I'm pro-America. I believe in America first.
And see, all of this stuff really doesn't matter. You know, the introduction. Hey, I'm this, I'm that. This lady's town was being bombarded with Haitians, and who you voted for. I mean, I guess that matters at some point, but that's not going to solve the immediate problem there.
But I do have to ask a question, right?
Okay.
Have you always voted anti-immigration, or was it sort of something that you voted for things that they involve immigration?
This is a long about way of asking a question. Again, we weren't voting for immigration 35 years ago, 20 years ago. So it's somewhat of a nonsensical question. It doesn't take into account the context of what we were facing at the time, what we faced over the last 30 years. But here's this long-winded question.
But it didn't affect you, so in that moment, it's fine because you only heard about it affecting other people, but it never affected you. So you voted for things that were anti-you, and now it's come on.
See, I should have handled this panel better to allow these people to ask them just questions about voting. It really wasn't what it was about. But again, as you can see, they're getting way off the topic. The matter at hand is that who is allowing these Haitians to come here? And they were doing some of the same things that the Somalians are doing on steroids.
Come to roost.
No, I voted for Trump in 2016. I will vote for him every single time. I do not believe Hillary Clinton. They're fucked up. The whole Democrats are fucked up.
Okay, thank you.
You're going to get me right.
And so here you can see that it's not a liberal white woman thing. A lot of people like to blame it on liberal white women. This is a white woman. She's not liberal. She's not voting for this agenda.
So this is what that's kind of.
May I ask a question?
I don't like everything Trump does, but you know what? I believe in him and I believe in our country, and he is the only one that will do it. Kamala Harris is a joke.
Hey, blacks. Could I just ask this real quick before you?
Sure, please. Yes.
This is what I wanted to ask earlier, but I didn't want to butt in, right? But I wanted to ask in your count. Well, is it a township or a city or what?
Why do you care?
Goddamn, Rush, does that matter? Just answer the goddamn question. That's what I'm saying too. Like, Jesus Christ, these people just can't ask a question concisely.
Okay, let me ask a question. Let me ask her a question.
Why do you
In
care?
your area,
John, may I ask her a
voting
question?
more Republican or are they voting more on the other side?
What are you asking me?
Is your town, he's asking concisely, is your town Republican or Democrat leaning?
I don't know.
This is, again, these people are focused so much on politics. Again, it's one bird, two wings. Two wings of the same bird.
I feel like.
I mean,
what you guys are doing this?
No, we
This
just.
is the problem.
Yeah, well, no, I guess
What
people
do
just
you
have.
do in your town? I don't know. Do you think I go around my town and ask everybody what they're voting? Jesus fucking Christ.
No, I guess he's asking like.
I go to work.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think I go around and ask my neighbors who they're voting for?
Right.
Why are you asking me questions?
Understood.
Well, I have a question.
Yeah, I don't even know what this question is, but I can imagine it's going to go back to politics here. This is much bigger than politics that we're facing.
May I ask you a question?
You need to apologize to me. That's fucking absurd.
Yeah, I don't know who that was, but I'm somebody different. My name's Black Sudify. I am a resident racist, and I'm black. Okay, I don't.
Jesus Christ! Like, she didn't ask him anything about that. This is not about being racist or anything. This is about like keeping the character, the culture of your town.
Give a shit about any illegal aliens. I'm gonna reiterate. I'm asking you a question. Thank you. I don't give a shit about illegal aliens whatsoever. I can't stand them, and I do hate. Okay, I am a racist.
What is your question? I don't know why people just can't ask the questions. It's got to be this long-winded wind up before they can get to the actual question.
I do believe that there are superior people. So I'm going to ask you this: when is your next election? Do you care about that?
Get to the hell, you don't hear me talking politics on here because, as I said, these things are much bigger than politics. But these people can't seem to take their eyes off of politics, and there's no political solution.
When is the next election?
When is your next election? Where you live? Since we're asking about where you live. When is your next election? Do you know or do you not?
This is just amazing. Listen how they're talking to this lady. Her town is being besieged by Haitians. This was Haitians at the time. I wouldn't be surprised if they're Somalis there now. Maybe they divided up the countries. Somalis get Minnesota, the Haitians get Ohio, whatever the case may be. But look at how confrontational these people are asking this lady questions, and she was willing to take my phone call and answer questions here. And look at this. I should have taken better control of this. This was early on. This is over a year ago with the Haitian migrant. And I was Haitian migrant crisis, and I think I was the only one really talking about it, making phone calls to the residents, getting a good idea of what was going on. We called 3 cities: Springfield, Ohio, Charleroi, Pennsylvania, and Sylacauga, Alabama. And I think based upon who we talked to, white or black, typically we got different viewpoints.
I know. All right. Are you going to vote against your mayor?
Absolutely. After what?
Okay. Are you going to ask your friends to go register and vote against your mayor?
But as you can see by the Somali issue here, this is much bigger than who your mayor is, and these people think that they're going to be able to vote their way out of this.
Why are you asking me? Well, I'm going to ask my friends.
I'm going to reiterate that question because it sounds like you're not getting it. Are you going to ask your friends, your people, the people you know?
Can you believe this? Man, these people don't know how to ask questions that concisely, and then it's almost coming off confrontational. Again, this is a Springfield, Ohio resident talking to us about the Haitian invasion in her town. This is a year ago, and look at how one American is talking to another American.
Are they registered to vote so that they can vote against your mayor? Because your one vote isn't going to do it. So are you going to ask your friends and the people you know, are they going to vote against that mayor?
Hey, Shannon, let me ask you a question.
I don't ask them because all my friends will vote the way I vote. So
right.
Okay, so that's a yes. Thank you. Thank you for answering concisely. Thank you.
I don't ask them anything.
Look, he said, thank you for answering concisely, but his question was a long windup.
Ask them anything. Because they will vote exactly the way I vote, because my friends know exactly and think the way I think.
Hey, John, can you ask Shelly what she thinks about voodoo?
Shelly, I'm not sure if you heard it. Any thoughts on the Haitians and their practice? Any thoughts on the Haitian practice of voodoo? She may not know much about that. She may not have heard me. Shelly, you still there?
I think it may be time to say goodnight and thank you, Shelly.
Yeah, Shelly. Go ahead, Shelly. Sorry. Yeah, there's a little background. Now, Shelly, we've had you on probably for about an hour or so. We really appreciate you and Matt, and I hope we have 2 new subscribers here, you and Matt. And I'm going to send you the link to join the show as well as my phone number. You can feel free to reach out to me anytime you have some upcoming news about Springfield. Before you go, there's a black guy that's talking a lot about the Haitian migrants in Springfield. Anthony, I don't remember his name. Are you familiar with him at all? Anthony Sullivan, I think.
Okay, if you're asking me, if I know a guy named Anthony in Springfield. Okay, well there's
no, he's running for mayor. No, Shelly, he's running for mayor. No, he's running for mayor, and he's one of the people that spread the information about Springfield and the Haitian migrants. And I was just wondering if you heard of him and his social media presence there in Springfield.
Nope.
Yeah, he's definitely on the ground recording and reporting on some of the migrants. And I think he's running for mayor.
Send that to me because I've never seen it.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. His name is, I think, Anthony Sullivan, but I'll send you, I think he has a Facebook page. I reached out to him earlier today. Hopefully he'll come on the show. But in closing, I'll invite you 2 guys on the show. Again, we have 2 new subscribers here, and I'll send you the link behind the scenes here when we get off the phone here. Anything else you want to say, Shelly, before we let you go? Anthony Harris is the guy's name, Shelly. Anthony Harris. And I'll send you all of that information. But anything you want to say before you go, Shelly or Matt?
No, I'm already asleep. Yeah,
Shelly, I just would like to say thank you for your time. We appreciate your input, and We'd love to have you back. You're a welcome guest here, and we appreciate all the knowledge you gave us tonight. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you both.
Yeah, thank you, Shelley. This is a service to the community and all the listeners. This is very important insight you provided tonight, you and Matt. Thank you, Shelley, Matt.
Thank you again, Shelly, Matt.
Get some sleep, Shelly.
I love Springfield, but I don't like the way it is now.
Thank you again, Shelly. And that was Shelly, the lady that she was a Springfield resident. I can't remember exactly. I want to say she owned a business of sort. I can't remember exactly. We did have I think we had another call on that channel. Let me see. Was there another call on that channel, on that phone call? Let's see. Matt, and I'll send you a text message.
Shelley,
John, can I have a word? Can I question with people? She's aggressive with me because she's on a 50 antics.
Hey, man, like we don't want to
Same shit, man.
But it's, I will say it to everyone on the panel. You may ask a question that has already been answered. I don't think this lady.
No, John, I didn't start getting.
We had another call, which was interesting. Again, we were covering this invasion. I like to call it an invasion, long before the Somali issue hit the fan. So, kind of going back in the time before we started to take a look at the Haitian crisis, we're going to talk a little bit differently than most people.
Complaining about
as we dig deeper into the Haitian crisis, Somali
they
crisis.
can't find nowhere to live. And then most of them are Section 8. That's what's the kicker, and that's what I shut.
And this is a Springfield Ohio barber. You're going to notice a different in tone from this guy and the white lady, Shelley. We'll start from the top again.
Well, my sister, because we have black people out here. There's some of them that are complaining about the Haitians, but their complaints are they can't find nowhere to live. And then most of them are Section 8. That's what's the kicker, and that's what I shut their conversation down as soon as they say that, because your sister's on Section 8. She can't find nowhere to live because all these landlords are now not accepting Section 8 because they can just rent to the Haitians, and they know their money's going to be on time. They ain't got to go through the
inspections and all
regulations
that.
Yeah. So, and they're complaining about that thing. Oh, well, they're pushing us out of our houses.
This was John Galt bringing you the precursor when they brought in the real Africans, the real blacks, the Somalis. They warmed us up with the Haitians. It was like a test run. Put them in little small towns, see how they would all work out. See how much resistance they would get. And then they brought on the heavy hitters, the Somalis.
And Lord, it's business.
You know what it is.
What I mean?
You know what it is.
Yeah. If I can get an extra 300 from over here, and I ain't got to go through
better tenants,
stipulations and regulations of the Section 8,
and better tenants,
Yeah,
better tenants. Yeah. Hey, let me ask you this question. We've heard about the overcrowding in the housing. You can see I put it on the screen right there. I said, did I call it? Did I call it there? I think at that point I was talking about the Section 8 and how landlords would choose regular people, these Somalis, or Haitians in this case, because they would be able to pay a little bit more than Section 8, be a better tenant than Section 8. And so the Section 8 tenants were complaining that they were getting crowded out. Not because the Haitians were getting Section 8, but because the landlords were choosing Haitians as opposed to Section 8 dwellers, which are primarily Black Americans. That's true, that the Haitians. Yeah. So I'm assuming, I put my landlord hat on, that they ain't just overcrowding and not paying for that overcrowding. They hit every head paying something, I imagine,
every
right?
Head is paying. Exactly.
You heard that right there. You heard it first. John Galt knew the questions to ask. And what he was talking about is kind of what we profiled in Brooklyn. I think it was Brooklyn or Queens, where the African guy was housing 30 Africans, West Africans, in a basement or somewhere in Queens or Brooklyn. I imagine the same things are happening in Somalia, in Minnesota, because it was happening in Springfield. This is how the third world lives.
Exactly right. Every head is paying.
Man, you're going to make me come over there and buy some property, man. Shit, y'all got it going on up there, huh?
Yeah. I mean, you can't find nowhere to buy here, though.
Yeah, in a small town like that.
It's land-wise, it's not as small. It's really not. I mean, it's small, but it's like a, I don't know, maybe a You're calling from Illinois, right?
No, Washington D.C.
Oh, Washington D.C. So
Yeah.
it'd be like maybe Frederick, Maryland.
Yeah.
I was in the Navy, so I'm familiar with that whole area out there. It'd be something like that, like it's not. I mean, it's not super small, but it's not big.
So I heard someone complaining about the sewage being like kind of what do they call it? Like just overrun. Not being able to handle the capacity.
No, that's false.
It's not true.
Totally false.
I mean, there would be a lot of people, 10 people in a house or 2-bedroom or something like that. You are going to run the sewer. You are going to be running a lot of water in and out of the house. And so you mentioned the car crashes. People have crashes all the time. So it's not really worth mentioning it unless they're having a lot more car crashes. Is it that they're having a lot more car crashes?
Yeah, we are doing that. But here's the thing also with that. You come into Haiti. I mean, you coming from Haiti, where only 12% of the population drives. You they don't have them taking. You take your permit on a computer. If you're over 18, you don't have to take driver's ed. So as long as you can pass a driver's test, that's all you do. Now, I do see them practicing their parallel parking all the time, and that's the main thing that people fail when they're out here is the maneuverability part. So if you can pass that, more than likely you're just going to get your license.
Wait a minute. So the Haitian people, and I'm assuming I'm just using Haitian, placeholder for any group, right? But they just keep talking about the Haitians or Venezuelan, whatever. So if they come to your hometown and they can't read English, is there a test for them in their language of choice?
Yes, they do have tests. You can pick your language and all of that.
But in your little small town, they have Creole. Is Creole an option?
Yeah, they got French, Creole, Spanish, English. I don't know. We do have a lot of Ukrainians here, but they don't get spoke about because people just pass them off as being white people. But I don't know. I don't know about that, but I know for a fact, like they're bringing Haitian. I mean, they're bringing Creole and French into the schools in elementary and all of that.
Okay, I want to get to the schools in 1 second, but so back to the driver. Is it a special driver's license test for someone who doesn't, if they're new here? Like, where would they get all that paperwork? And you know how it is going to DMV is always a hassle. Yeah. Is there a special process for them?
It's the same. It's the same process that we take as Americans. Same exact. Nothing's different. Just like I said, how you press 1 for English, press 2 for Espanol. Well, now they got to press 3 for Creole. You know what I'm saying, or French.
Right.
So they just added that to it. They got their own paperwork. They got their own that they can read. But don't get it twisted. A lot of these people they speak 4 languages. A lot of them speak Creole, French, Spanish, and English.
Now, let me ask you this. So are they driving with licenses and having wrecks? Or are they driving with they have a license? Okay,
so I don't know if you can catch this, but this guy is kind of shilling for the Somalis. He's kind of making excuses for them. I wonder would he be making these same excuses if he knew what kind of scams and things like that they probably were pulling off in his town that was not reported. But again,
okay. So I wasn't sure if they were driving without licenses. Was that the problem, or was the problem that
they're driving? They're just wrecking. I mean, they are crashing. I mean, they can't drive.
Has that affected your insurance rates, or maybe not yours, but people insurance?
It hasn't affected mine yet, but
it's coming.
They can't drive. I mean, that's not all of them, but it's a big majority of them.
Now, you mentioned something about the schools, and they've had to incorporate extra languages. I imagine a smaller town. That's a kind of a strain on the resources of the school. Do you have children in the Springfield schools?
Yes, yeah, a lot of them.
What grade are your children?
I know I don't.
Oh, you don't have
my
any children.
Grown.
Okay,
Yeah, all my kids are adults.
All right. Do you have nephews and nieces in the?
I do got one niece that's in school here.
Has there been what has been the experience? Incorporating all those newly arrivals into Springfield, small town like that.
I don't really know, because like I said, they've been here for like 10 years at least. But they just bigger numbers have been coming. At first it just was a little amount, but now it's been bigger numbers. They've been like, they got billboards all around the city, their own billboards. They don't incorporate. These guys came with their own infrastructure. So something like I've never seen before. I lived in Brooklyn, New York, and
I live in Brooklyn. What part of Brooklyn, man?
I was in Flatbush.
I live in Crown Heights. But go ahead.
I was on.
He just said something interesting. He said these people came with their own infrastructure. That's very interesting.
Right there on Ocean Avenue.
Okay, so you familiar with the Caribbeans? Then? Are you Caribbean, by the way?
Yeah. No, I'm not. But I'm Jamaican, Haitian. I lived around all that. My cousin lived in Crown Heights, right on St. Mark's Avenue.
Man, I live on St. Mark's, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, go right ahead, man. So you're saying about your schools?
But yeah, they've been trying to incorporate certain things, like, over the years. But now it's like, it's just everything's done turned into a racial thing now, instead of trying to, fix what's really the problem. So, I mean, they still doing it with schools, but you had people bitching about, I don't want my kid learning that language, or, this or that. You know what I mean?
What language would they not want to learn?
The French Creole, man.
I'm sorry?
The French Creole.
What are they forcing the teaching of that in school?
Yeah, they're incorporating it into the schools, and you got people that don't want that in the school system.
What do you think about that? I
think it's idiocy, if you ask me. Why wouldn't you want your child speaking multi languages?
Okay, gotcha. I wasn't sure. All right.
You know what I mean? I'm like I said, I'm about to be 51, man. I wish the hell I would know, have 2 or 3 languages, 4 languages under my belt.
I think this is a good place to stop. Because we're going to go into this tomorrow in a little bit more detail. We're going to have a live on this. This is a pretty good place to stop as a preview to kind of get you looking back and see how the people were kind of responding to this. Kind of what I see it is somewhat of a test run of bringing in these migrants and seeing how the people would respond to it. First came the Haitians, and no one really said anything except for maybe John Galt was out here calling people and getting this kind of feedback from people in the communities. And you can see that people ran hot or cold. This guy was kind of lukewarm to cold on the Somalis. The other lady ran pretty hot. And we called other places. We'll probably cover those tomorrow. Here's one that was interesting, though. It was a small town in my home state, Alabama. Yeah, here, this here. We'll play a little bit of this one here. I'm not sure if this is this is the clip. This is
I have a couple of questions about the legal immigrants that we have come to our city. I would like to know how they were vetted, and I got a couple of questions about that. How they were vetted. Was everyone vetted? Where were they located? It's said that they have work visas, but the work visas show that the
This is in Sylacauga, Alabama, as you can see. Again, this is another testing ground for the Haitians. This was last year.
Company that they work for is not it's not a factory that we have here. So that's one of my concerns. Who is heading up? Watching over this situation, what information can you give me about this situation? I'm just concerned.
So unfortunately, Sharon, we don't have any information to provide to you. We don't have any information. We just don't have any information on it. That's so, and I don't want to speak on something and misinform people, and I don't want to say the wrong thing. But as of right now, we don't have any information. We just know that they are here.
And the only thing I can add to that concern, yours and a lot of people's, is that, you know, this is above us. We found out when everybody found out that they showed up. The first time I saw them, they came to our church and wanted to come to Sunday school and church with us, and that's the first time I knew they were in town. And there was 3 and 6 and 8, and they're the ones in church.
This is above us. And they showed up at our church. Sounds like good old God-loving people. And for the black woman that said this is above us, she says out of our hands.
Church with me are great people. They want to come in church.
And that was Sylacauga, Alabama, and some of the things we'll be covering tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get to it tomorrow. We're going to kind of go a little bit deeper than most people have just covered kind of the headline. It covered it from like the headline of what the guy has been reporting. You know, I'll kind of give a little bit of feedback into like what I see them doing. The other day, we did a tour. We watched a video, and the agents were walking into the store, and I said, "That's an interesting looking store. Store where you would probably have a lot of EBT fraud." I think Master Kim was on the channel at the time, and so these kind of things that you know, he would easily pick up on as well. So I think there are a lot of things happening and being discovered about how they are running this scam, and a lot of it is tied into real estate, which is my interest. So that'll be the areas that I'll focus on. You're going to see a lot of houses being bought, a lot of EBT, child care provider scams, and all of these things primarily start at the root of some property that they own, either be residential or commercial. And from there, they're able to take off with this scam. And here is one example of that, just one clear example of what I'm talking about here. You know, I've seen people attempt to do these type of things pretty much all of my life. I've never been able to pull it off for one reason or another. It takes a very cohesive group to do it. And here is a very cohesive group. You don't have to be very smart, as I've been saying all along, but you do have to have some cohesion, the ability to work well with others, and you will be able to pull off these type of scams. And that is what we're seeing happen here. 2 Somali sisters living next door to each other in taxpayer-funded housing can make $387,000 per year by looking after each other's 4 children. Even if they have 8 children each, they make $774,000. We are paying for our ethnic replacement. If you remember me talking to, I can't remember how many people, Renato Mariano, Andrew Wilson, all these people, I've told them that, hey, man, like these people are not breeding and they're not going to assimilate and start having 1.5 children the way Americans do, because Americans, by and large, are driven by economic constraints in how many children they have, things like that. These people know the game and know how to play the game very well. And so they're not bound by those same constraints, and they can live their life like they're back in Somalia. And you'll take a listen. Hopefully, please. And this is in Washington State where this is happening. So again, I think someone mentioned the West Coast. Again, this is Washington State. Again, these people are basically driving Mack trucks through loopholes that are more or less meant for Americans, that I guess you could say are virtuous people, but we allowed outsiders to come in here and more or less, I guess you could say, tear down the social trust that these systems were meant for, you know, the most downtrodden. And you think about how many people complain about JP getting welfare. They feel like he should get up and go work and things like that. But here's some people who are really on welfare, and they are on welfare kind of on steroids. Here's another tweet. We'll talk about this tomorrow. Doge accounts connect the dots from Black Hawk down to Minnesota fraud, 30 years in the making. And this is Bill Clinton. They killed soldiers. They did a lot of things there. Here's a video, a recent video, 20 Somalian daycares within 3 blocks in a subsidized housing area. This is Seattle. Looks like this. If I would have bet, I bet you that this applies in all of these kind of inner cities where these kind of resources were rolled out for primarily poor Black people. And other immigrant groups have come in and fill the void there that the blacks that these benefits were initially designed for, more or less, and they for whatever the case, the Somalis came in and drove through loopholes through these things. And yes, they are from birth to college. I saw clips where we even washed their clothing, which is very, very interesting. They folding, washing their clothes. They're all over Seattle, which is interesting. They don't bring them here. The Ethiopians are here. For what it's worth, they're a pretty productive group of people.
I just asked about childcare. Is this childcare for children? It's not? Yeah, I just want to make sure this is Tawakkul House. Yes. Okay, just wanted to make sure. What's the email address? This is Noreen Childcare here at 2918.
Yeah, that's a nice looking neighborhood too.
Okay, how come I can't receive childcare here? Okay, face covering required. I saw this location on the Department of Children, Youth, and Families. I just saw you go in a moment ago, ma'am. Are you unfamiliar with this address right here, 2918, is listed?
I don't know.
The kid started to answer honestly, and his dad then became a bit panicked and rushed him inside.
And again, Seattle is not a cheap area to live.
Hello? I saw you move the blinds. I'm just looking for some information about childcare, daycare. Looking for information about childcare, please. So the person just moved the blinds over there. There's absolutely someone here. This business is open right now, according to the DCYF website. If you've seen the Nick Shirley story on YouTube about Minnesota, where they've got all those facilities over there and they're listed as, operating 24/7, 365. So I came down here as a journalist to see if that's in fact what's going on. This
looks like they called the police on the guys.
Seattle Housing Authority location is listed as having, within a 3 square block area, as having 20 facilities operating childcare at them.
Okay.
And so far, only one of them appears to be legit.
Okay. You have a gun on you?
Oh, I don't ask questions like that.
Okay. Well, the issue is that now they're saying that you lifted your shirt in a way to demonstrate that you were armed. You didn't. There was no intention.
No.
Okay. Well, don't lie to me. You were there. There was someone back there. You was someone over here. Did you feel fear for your safety? Like what was going on?
No, I didn't feel fear. I didn't feel fearful for my safety. I was just like, hey guys, what are you doing? I was just trying to ask what was going on.
And so to that end, did you ever remove your shirt to reveal that you're armed? You can tell that the community is upset at large. And so if we just walk away from this, then obviously that's going to have, well documented after effects. So
Yeah, these are similar tactics. Master Cam kind of pick it up on this.
I have kids sleeping in my room.
So, yeah.
I'm going to DCYF Child Care Center.
Okay.
I'm going. There's licenses for these places. I'm going there to see if you guys have applications for service.
Yeah.
Do you have the right?
Yes, it's a business. You've seen my journalism, so you guys know I'm not a provocateur or looking for a fight. I think I probably am gonna just head out of this community right now. I mean, I've got 12 out of 20 places, and out of those places, 11 seem incredibly suspicious. Sure. One seems legitimate. Okay, wow, that's crazy. This is absolutely what?
I'm gonna wait till I come in my house.
No.
You want me to come in front of you?
No. Just go, sir. Have a good night.
That's not like a threat or something, is it?
No, it's okay.
Okay. All right. Have a good day. Whoa. Wow. Intense.
I see people saying white liberals destroyed the state. Again, I think it's two wings on the same bird.
Seattle Housing Authority District here in Rainier Valley. Here in
Wait a minute, these may be housing projects. Geez, these are nice housing projects.
Southeast Seattle. With as many people showing up as there are, and kind of ugly that was starting to feel, I think I'm gonna probably call it good for today. I mean, that's pretty intense. You've got 2917, 2918, to Aaliyah and Rihan right around the corner. A lot of people getting angry here, and I think we know why. And then Tawako, Basha, Ilhan, Bright Family Daycare, Honey Home Daycare, Hayla. There's 12 of them that I've been to now that have indicated that they mostly are not operating above board.
And you're going to see more and more of that. On and on it goes, how these people have been able to take advantage of primarily businesses that are kind of, I would say, somewhat welfare-centric, child care, daycare provider, adult daycare providing, things like that to really game the system. Here's another example here. And this is basically saying that the Quality and Learning Center in Minneapolis, the one at the heart of the recent daycare fraud allegations, was previously known as Salama Child Care Center. The same building was raided by the FBI in 2015, but allegedly building the state for more children that were actually present. After the raid, the license was revoked, but a new one was issued 2 years later under a new name at the exact same address. And yes, it's owned by the same family. The current manager has publicly said his parents own it, linking back to the prior operator involved in the 2015 case. So this is how these things work. You get in trouble with one name and then you switch it over to another name. And that's pretty much how that goes. And so here's this guy, the guy who tweeted this, saying he's pointing their fingers at Waltz. And I would imagine up and down the political ladder, the Democrats and probably the Republicans have received some money from this. The Quality Learning Center was investigated more than a dozen times by Minnesota's DHS. 95 violations, yet it still received more than $8 million in aid. To receive that kind of money in aid with that amount of violations, someone's pocket had to be greased. I've dealt with the government in terms of housing. You don't get away with those level of violations, particularly not around children, and still get paid. The government will cut your money off until you remedy those violations, but yet they kept getting paid. They knew for 25 years Somalis funnel money, millions to East Africa. It's an old publication, and on it goes. Here's a video of the Somalis.
Okay. What? You gotta go. You gotta go. Okay, I'm just asking. You can't push. Well, okay. They just literally pushed me out. Like, that's insane. Their hours are Monday through Friday.
Say they should be open.
And they literally asked if I'm recording and then pushed me. That's insane. There's clearly children in there. I just don't think you should put.
Yeah, these people are literally getting away with murder in plain sight with no oversight, which is makes it all the more interesting. You're going to hear about people, Americans, complaining that they had problems getting business loans, things like that, all the documentation. And here these people come along and they're able to get business licenses, child care facilities, things that Americans would have a very, very difficult time obtaining. And so I think at the core of all of this is a tearing down of kind of the social trust and kind of all of the social programs. We've seen foreigners come over here and do exceedingly well, much better than many Americans. And they're doing it like right in our face and flaunting it with nice cars, fancy cars, things like that. And I think that it is going to be a hard pill to swallow for Americans. And I could see Americans going one way or the other with these things, either being very, very strict on welfare benefits or just not giving a damn, and it become a free for all for everyone to steal. And so when you look at it on the flip side, again, the regular Americans that are struggling to pay their bills, and they're hearing about this fraud and people stealing millions and then taking much of that out of the country. And in very wealthy areas of the country, say, for instance, Fairfax County, where my lovely lady Lisa lives, this is what they're facing. And then you kind of juxtapose that with what the Somali immigrants are doing.
Starting in January, if you go to eat out at a restaurant in Fairfax County, you will be forced to pay a 4% meals tax. This also goes for if you go to a grocery store and order prepared meals. The Fairfax County Board of Supervisors passed the food tax this year to help address their budget challenges, even though voters rejected it twice.
The Fairfax County Board of Supervisors has talked about the affordability crisis in Fairfax County. Has this board made life more affordable for their residents?
Absolutely not. A lot of talk, but when you look at the action, 50% increase in real estate taxes in 10 years, meals tax, bag tax, new regulations that increase the cost of housing, no, they haven't addressed affordability at all.
Starting in January, if you go to eat out at a restaurant in Fairfax County, you will be forced to pay a 4% meals tax. This also goes for if you go to a grocery store and order prepared.
And so, yeah, things are getting more and more expensive. Cities are levying more and more taxes on people while letting foreigners, in many cases, just walk out of the back door with millions of dollars unchecked, no oversight. And again, I think it tears away the social trust where people see these things and they're not being investigated. No one seems to get punished for this type of behavior. It's just it's going to be an interesting dynamic to see how Americans take this. A couple more videos and articles I want to share with you. Again, this is some of the things that I've been thinking about all along and how this is all going to play out. I hope I can find this video. It was a video of a lady who tried to, I guess you could say, ingratiate herself with the Somalis, and it didn't really go very well for her. If I don't find that, I'll play it tomorrow. But anyway, so here's another video. Again, this fraud seems to stretch all the way back to Somalia, so it seems. And here is one of the articles that's referencing money going back to Somalia. And this was tweeted by Elon Musk. And so Elon Musk is saying here, Somalia's Minister of Foreign Affairs, who owns a healthcare company in Ohio, receiving tax dollars, also owns another LLC with the same address as the Somali money transfer org accused of funding terrorism. His business partner appears to work for the money transfer org too. This just keeps getting worse and worse. Again, this is in Ohio. So 3 states we've now covered: Ohio, Washington State, Minnesota, and I'm sure the tentacles extend far beyond there, wherever the Somalis are. And these are billions of dollars, I would probably say now. I think it's fair to say that billions of dollars have been taken out of this country by Somalians, or even defrauded this country and used in the country. All paid for by Americans, either by higher child care costs, higher insurance costs, and so on and so forth, daycare costs. And these people are pretty much taking a clear advantage of us. So anyway, guys, I'll open up the panel. I've been up here 45 minutes. I expect to go about an hour or so, just as a preview. In Northern Virginia, I'm in Northern Virginia quite a bit, and I see more of the Muslims in Northern Virginia. One of my tenants, he actually works in Northern Virginia. He is a Muslim guy. What would you say? He's the one that's the sex offender. If you remember the sex offender tenant, he's a Muslim and he works. And I want to say more or less lives in Northern Virginia, but he has to have a DC address. So that is why he rents from me. So anyway, very interesting. I think it'll be an interesting discussion tomorrow. We'll go into more of the real estate aspect and the business aspect. You'll see that most of their businesses, if you haven't already seen it, are primarily focused in the welfare-oriented business, where they are more or less subsidized pretty much by government transfer payments for welfare, all kinds of welfare, transportation, food, EBT, stores, everything that more or less has tentacles leading back to the government. And so that's what we'll talk about tomorrow. Hopefully people like Master Kim can come up and give us some interesting insight. I'll cover it from the standpoint of a landlord and the fraud that takes place that I see even on the ground here amongst Americans, the food stamp fraud, Americans aren't really able to pull off the Section 8 fraud the way these people are. But I think I can properly explain how the fraud works. So I think it'll be very interesting. So I'll smoke one joint with you guys. Anyone want to come up, I'll put the link in the panel. And then we get out of here. This will be a good preview for tomorrow. But I do want to say that I foreshadowed all of this with the Haitian coverage. Yeah, as I said, I think it was like a test run in some ways to see how the people would respond to the Haitians flooding these smaller towns. And as we saw then, even with some of the phone calls that we had on the screen, the people, other than the one lady, weren't really angry about the Haitians flooding their town. And so as you can see now with the Somalis coming in, there isn't much resistance there. I think the media, the Democrat apparatus, did a pretty good job of quelling any resistance to that. Let me see if there are any Somalis in Springfield, Ohio. It'll be interesting. They get a double dose. They get Somalis and they get Haitians there. I think they mostly have Haitians. Now, I don't see any Somalis in Ohio, but I'm sure Somalis are in Ohio. I think the Somalis are in Columbus, Ohio, if I'm not mistaken. Columbus, Ohio. And yeah, that is why the Somalis are here. Is some reporting coming out of Columbus relative to the Somalis in Columbus, Ohio. Again, similar pattern.
This is an attack on fraud here in the state of Ohio and allegations of that fraud being widespread.
This Ohio lawmaker making some serious demands on what he calls reports of fraud within publicly funded daycares in Columbus. Video clips targeting Somali-owned daycares in Minnesota and now here are circulating on social media. Our On Your Side investigator Lisa Rontala talks with the state rep who says all of these facilities should be investigated.
From Minnesota,
I meant to say Quality Learning Center. They spelled learning wrong.
To Columbus.
You can see that this place is just a total dump.
More people are targeting Somali-owned daycares, looking for kids and suggesting fraud.
Would you call these video clips allegations or would you call them proof of fraud?
That's just an allegation of fraud.
Now, State Rep Josh Williams, who is running for U.S. Congress, sent this letter to the Ohio Department of Children and Youth, calling for more unannounced inspections and attendance audits of all publicly funded daycares in Ohio. He also wants to pull state and federal funds on the suspicion of fraud, opposed to a charge or conviction.
We're saying the funds have to stop.
And so what is interesting, again, you think you heard it here, is that what he's calling for, again, we can't be honest and say, hey, we should focus on the Somali ones. At least first, focus all our resources on targeting them. That seems to be where the biggest amount of fraud. He wants to punish everyone and target everyone. You hear this.
And attendance audits of all publicly funded.
That's right. He wants to do public attendance on all of them. I think they should focus on the Somalis first. That's what the fire seems to be coming
daycares
from.
in Ohio. He also wants to pull state and federal funds on the suspicion of fraud, opposed to a charge or conviction.
We're saying the funds have to stop until you prove that it is not fraud moving forward.
I mean, you go through some of these inspection reports and you do see non-compliance when it comes to attendance. Could that be a suspicion of fraud?
Yes, that can be a basis of suspicion of fraud.
Of the 578 publicly funded daycares in Franklin County, I looked through inspection reports for the first 20. Here's what I found. More than half was subject to a state inspection within the last 3 months. More than half were also found to be non-compliant with enrollment records. 2 were non-compliant with attendance records, which is used to calculate.
I think this is why the Somali daycare center in Minnesota was broken into. I think now we get to the root of why that daycare center was broken into and why they only stole records. The records probably lead to the fraud.
Public funds.
With this letter that was sent yesterday. Are you suggesting there is widespread fraud within publicly funded daycare centers in Columbus, especially those Somali-owned?
What we're alleging is that there is widespread reporting of potential fraud from individuals on the ground.
If fraud is found, Representative Williams says operators who are legal residents should face increased penalties. He says non-legal residents should be deported. At least one congressman in Minnesota is suggesting stripping citizenship.
Would you agree with that?
If an individual is a naturalized citizen where they came here under our goodwill and became a U.S. citizen through a naturalization process, there is a process to strip that citizenship back.
This guy's a Republican, by the way. Very interesting.
If widespread fraud is not found, Representative Williams tells me he will accept those results. As for this Northeast Columbus daycare, already featured on social media for suspicions of fraud.
This place is just a total dump.
I found an inspection was done in October when it opened, and it's yet to receive any public funds.
They are not currently receiving any state or federal dollars because they have not met the requirements to receive that.
On your side, I'm investigator Lisa Rontola.
So again, as you can see, the tentacles run deep here, and these are some of the things we're going to. Yeah, I'm very suspicious. You know, I was always suspicious that when the Haitians first came in, because the same loopholes that I'm sure the Haitians ran through. You heard the guy say Section 8 earlier when we talked to the guy in Springfield, Ohio. The Somalis are much more organized. They have higher motivations. They have probably tighter connections to their country, as bad as it may be, than the Haitians. They can't go back to their country. The Somalis can kind of go back to their country, so there's a stronger attachment there. And so they're people that were ripe for this to all go down and to take advantage of this. The Ethiopians, the interesting group, I could see them being even more effective at this, but they are probably a little bit more business minded. And so here in DC, where we have a lot of Ethiopians, we haven't seen the level of fraud. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw it, but they have a lot of businesses, and I think they have a little bit too much to risk to chance it like the Ethiopians, like the Somalis have done. I think that's an element of low IQ with a really low bar to take advantage of people with the daycare, childcare stuff, adult and child. So I think that's kind of how that works. Are their workers or my workers? I don't have any workers. I don't have any workers. So I'm not sure who you're referring to. Speaking of fraud, I don't have any workers, Sally. John God is suspicious too. Yeah, okay, fair enough. But yeah, no, I don't have any workers. So I don't have any. Do your workers pay tax? Are they on the books? Why do you? Oh, this is one of Jeremy's friends. No, Jeremy's not my worker. I'm allowing him to live for free. I guess that's why you're asking me that question. Okay. So you're one of Jeremy's people. Okay, well, welcome aboard. Well, once again, this is a short stream. This is a preview. We've gone right at an hour. I see Master Kim is busy. Anyone else want to talk about it? You have about 2 minutes. Sally, if you'd like to come up, there is the link for you. I'm almost finished with this joint. So Jeremy is your worker. You can tell them what he works for you. Okay, well, he's entitled to say what he likes. And I'm glad you're listening to Jeremy. Jeremy's pretty entertaining since you listen to him. DUI, he has a DUI. Oh wow, that's unfortunate. Luckily, the laws in DC are pretty lenient, so they won't keep him in jail, or there won't be much consequence to it. So, but I'm sorry to hear that for Jeremy. It's unfortunate. I thought he had quit drinking, but you fall off the wagon and you get back on. So can't hold it against him. Yeah, I quit drinking and I started back drinking again. I haven't had a drink in a couple of days, so maybe I'll keep going on with this. Do you pay him cash in hand? No, I haven't paid him anything. So, but you're very interested in Jeremy. Why don't you? I'm not going to answer any more questions that would probably be better for Jeremy to answer. You watch him, you should know these questions. Did I give him alcohol? Okay, well, all right, fair enough. He's an adult, so I'm partly responsible. Fair enough. All right, fair enough. All right. Listen, I take the I take responsibility there. If you want to blame me, fair enough. I shouldn't have offered him any alcohol. He's an adult, so there's that. Are you a subscriber, Sally? Surely you can at least subscribe. Do you have black fatigue, Sally? While we're here, if you want me to shit on a black, is that what you're here for? Is that you know we can crank that up at any time. Anytime anybody want to shit on a black person right now, we can do it. Anybody want to do it? Huh? Hey, Jay Peterson, you got one of your followers here. You got one of your followers. I think Sally's your follower, Jay Peterson. Yeah, I'll let you use your own mic so you can do some live streaming on this in the streets. I ain't give them to you. I'll let you borrow. Oh man, now this is just a preview of the immigration story. So I clipped this, and we'll probably re-release those streams that we did on immigration. Kind of first came the Haitians, and no one said anything except for John. And then came the Somalis, and I'd already spoken my piece. I do have a couple things. Let's see if you want to know about the blacks. Let me see. Let me show you this in the blacks. They're so fucking dumb. So fucking dumb. They're so fucking dumb, I tell you. Like these blacks, oh, they're so fucking dumb. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's a one that anyone even rents. So, you know, most people don't want to rent to them. I can understand why. And as I was saying to people, I'm going to stop renting these dumbass blacks. Period. Let the government prove that I'm discriminating. But they've earned it. Nobody else wants to rent to them. Why the hell should I? I showed you the message yesterday. Some stupid ass black wrote me a message on Airbnb talking about finesse and some stupid ass shit like that. These blacks are dumb as hell. And so, what's up, Jeremy?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, what's up? What's going on?
So I went to the liquor store today, and some guy right outside as I was walking back to my car says, "Hey, man, you want to scratch my back?"
Did you scratch his back? You should have got that on
no.
film.
I said, "Hey, go kill yourself, motherfucker."
And what else you seen over there last couple of days? You know, it's got to be something.
Yeah. So this morning I painted up room 4. Later, I was tried to see what was going on in room 2. She wasn't there.
Oh, the black wasn't there. She probably gets in late.
Yeah, exactly. So she wasn't there.
Jeremy. Jeremy. She's a classic example of what I'm going to be tightening up on terms of people I don't rent to. She's a black that works at some ghetto ass seafood place out in some ghetto ass area. That's a recipe for this.
She a waitress or how?
Yeah, let's just say she a waitress or something. Let me see. And so she works in some ghetto ass seafood place in I can't remember the name of it. Let's say it begins with an F, somewhere in Maryland, PG County, Maryland. And
some fucking fish.
Crab legs. You know, the blacks in DC, the blacks in DC like the crab legs, all that little ghetto ass shit, right? So they
I ran into her like twice, very briefly. All I know is she got face tattoos and shit.
What? That must be recent. She got a fucking face tattoo?
Yeah, she got a face tattoo.
These blacks.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know
man.
what's funny? I was on the porch smoking a cigarette, and this is the second time that I interacted with her.
Yeah.
She like said hi to me, went down the sidewalk, went about 20 feet and then turned back the other way, talking to herself like a schizophrenic, and said to herself that I was going the wrong way, and then she went back.
Anyway, I tell you, man,
yeah,
most of these black, you know, she has a baby too. I don't know if you knew that she got a baby.
I didn't know that. No, did not know that.
Yeah. She, man, I mean, most of these people are mental ill. You know, it's always something. You know, it's always.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying like mentally ill. I mean, like a little anxiety in the morning. I get it. But yeah, she did this thing where she like went 20 feet one way and then turned around and it was like, okay, I was going the wrong way, and yeah, it was a little funny. So.
Hey, look at this shit, Jeremy. Look at this shit.
Why do you think the niggas can't behave? Okay, so you see these motherfucking niggas not behaving, and you talking to me about the niggas not behaving? Why don't you go talk to them black ass niggas? No, man, what I'm saying, why don't you go talk to them black niggas? And them black niggas are misbehaving. Why don't you talk to the black ass niggas? You don't want to talk to the black niggas. I am. Well, go talk to them, and then we'll talk to them when you done talking to the black ass niggas. I know, because I know you don't want to talk to them niggas. We're trying to stay out of your business. Okay, well, go and leave then. If you ain't gonna deal with the niggas, go and leave.
What I mean is, if you're doing this the right way, like if you have,
if I'm doing it the right or wrong way, you think them fucking niggas? Listen what these niggas are arguing about. Listen to these niggas.
Yep, they call the cops.
Look at this shit.
I called you. Where's the? Who am I supposed to be scared of? Right? I've been through this like 20 times. Go to your room and handle it tomorrow. Don't throw no trash in my room. You said that 1,000 times. Now what? You're being because she hit me. Because you keep going. She didn't hit me. She hurt you 30 times.
This would Randy Blacks be like. Look at this shit.
Go to your I'm gonna go back to sleep before they go.
So what the niggas saying? They throwing trash and shit?
Yes, somebody threw trash.
Somebody threw trash in the nigga room.
I guess so.
Now, do you believe that?
I don't know. It's not for me to believe.
Who did he say threw trash in somebody's room?
I wasn't here.
Well, this nigga said it, right?
This looks like my place.
I can't. I ain't got freedom of speech to say the word nigga. I can't say the word nigga. You don't see these two niggas.
You see this the living room right here, and this the girl right here. Look, she got a face.
Yeah, when was this? When was this?
This probably a year ago, 6 months ago.
Yeah, dude. This is yeah, interesting.
It's the same fucking house. Look,
she ain't mad. Look, I can't say the motherfucking word nigga in my own goddamn house.
Look, this here, she got a face tattoo there. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, no, she's got yeah.
Well, where's the face tattoo?
I guess you put it on recently.
Where is it though?
Upper right hand, in her right hand corner.
Upper right hand. So this
right up,
so
up on her right eye. Yeah, right on the right eye, like up above.
Who is it? Devontae, Trayvon? Who name is somebody name? Her baby daddy name? The baby. Hey, here's another classic example. Listen, the blacks go put these tattoos on them. You can't hire them. You can't rent to them. Sorry. Black. Oh, that's another one on the list. Blacks with tattoos on their face, on their hands. On where else would they got tattoos? On their chest. They put big ass spider with all that kind of stuff. Blacks with tattoos. If they that damn stupid to go get tattoos that visible, don't rent to them. Yep. Another rule. Jesus Christ. It won't be no more blacks to rent to when I'm done.
I went up to her room today, didn't find her, and I painted room 4. And yeah, dude, when she comes back, I'll stream it. We'll have some fun with that. And yeah, let me drop off panel. Thanks for letting me up, Galt. And
no problem,
yeah, we're gonna have some fun, dude. It's gonna be.
You got to do selling, huh?
Yeah, I gotta wake up and take in the shower. So
I tell you, I need some drywall screws, man. I'm putting up some drywall. I tell you about that.
Yeah, yeah, dude. All right, man.
Did I tell you before you go, Jamie? I want to show you one thing.
Yeah, what's up?
Something. Let me see if I can show it to you before you go, real quick. Man, your audience talking bad about you, Jeremy.
Oh yeah, I'm catching some heat, no doubt.
You're catching some heat. Tell me what you think about this, Jeremy. What you think about this? Let me see. Let me see if I can blow it up. I can't blow it. Let's see. Let me do it again. Give me 1 second. Jeremy, what you think about this? Let me blow it up so you can see it. There it is. What you think about this, Jeremy?
Are you sharing screen? I'm not seeing anything.
There it is. There we Can you see that?
Yeah.
There's a new series we got going on.
Oh yeah, I see it.
For those of you on your cell phones and shit.
Yep, we're gonna get this guy. You told me he already left, but
nah, man.
Yeah, dude, we got some good video coming your way, guys. We got some good content. Trust.
Man, these blacks, I mean, they listen. Man, I was telling somebody about it. I said, look, don't run away now, black.
No.
And I'm sure you have blacks really live, and I know you want to say that they're not disgusting. You want to make up all kind of damn rules and not all. I live in a good neighborhood and point to a rapper or somebody said.
Yep, I got a dog. His name is Savannah.
Hey, let me show you. Hey, yeah, I want to show before I go and before you go, Jeremy. I want to show you one more thing. Oh, let me see if I can show this. Man, these blacks down bad, stanky leg and all. Listen to this. Listen to this. Stanky leg and all. Look, stanky leg and all.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look, you see this shit, Jeremy? You see this shit? Can you read it?
Yeah.
Look.
Refrigerator and shower until Sunday.
I was talking to a black. I said, listen, this is who they are. These motherfuckers are going into the world stinking, right? They stink. Yep. They go into the world stink. They got nowhere to shit or piss. They just stink ass, low life motherfucker.
After that, I'll just use the room and won't use the other spaces at all.
Don't shower. Stanky leg, stank ass.
Oh my god!
This is
Hell yeah,
black. Don't look away now. Don't look away now. Don't get mad at Be Brave when he talks about you. Train your fire.
Yeah, no, this shit is gonna be like we're doing something. We are providing. We got the conch, dude. We're gonna fucking do some shit here. This is gonna be funny. This is okay. I'm a comedian. This shit is gonna be funny. You guys better fucking you better be ready for this shit because it's gonna be funny.
You stank ass. Let me put it back over the stage one more time. Let the people see it one more time. If you see a stinking ass black, you smell one from a mile away. It might be this one.
Also, I need my properly returned, please. And
you got your property. What you got? What is a nigga? What the fuck did that nigga do?
Exactly. Yeah.
Hey, nigga, what could you have? You ever seen your black baby do it?
Yeah, man, we got some good shit coming down, dude. We're gonna provide you guys with some very good shit. So,
hey, so what else you been seeing over there before we get out here, man? You been seeing anything crazy over there? You see anything today?
I tried to go and talk to the bitch in room 2. She wasn't there, so I just painted the room today. I'm just painting the downstairs.
If you can't get it on stream, man, I want to see that face tattoo.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure she's got a face tattoo up on her upper eye.
Is it like
I
words?
only saw her about twice now, but yeah, she's got a face tattoo. Dude.
Is it like words, like Trayvon or something?
No, I think it's okay. So I got photographic memory. I'm pretty sure it's a picture of a dove, like a bird on her upper eye. Some dumb, stupid bullshit. Some stupid shit that doesn't look pretty. She thinks it looks pretty.
Yeah.
It looks like bullshit on her upper eye.
Is it ghetto looking to you? Would you say it's ghetto if you saw a white girl?
Yeah. It's ghetto looking. It's like, why would you put that there on your fucking eye?
Why do you think she put it there?
because she got drunk or she got fucking coked out, and she thought, "Hey, this might be a good idea. Let me act a little more ghetto and do this shit."
And so you think
And then
that's why
she
she
woke
did?
up the next morning and was like, "Okay, probably not a good idea." But yeah, no, it was just some stupid bullshit. Probably impulsive. Probably stupid.
Damn. You know, well, this is another classic example. Again, you know, these people are very impulsive, and they do things that will get them, that have long-lasting consequences. And geez, Christ, man, if she's going to, because she's not an ugly woman, so she has a little bit of a potential for herself.
Well, that was the thing. Like she had, like I ran into her twice, and she is attractive, but she threw it away.
Damn.
To be what? Intimidating? To feel intimidating? Like, come on, the fuck.
Well, she's not going to be intimidating with her size. She'd have to gain probably another 50 pounds to be in these women weight class over there in Southeast. Because she's a fairly slender girl.
No, she ain't intimidating. Yeah, no.
So, she got to cover her whole damn face with tattoos for that to work. But anyway, man, this is a quick stream. This is a quick stream, man. A little preview of what we're
Let me drop out. John Galt.
Yeah.
I'll be
I'm about to get out of here too.
Cheers, man.
Sounds good, man. Hey, you coming up this way tomorrow?
Yeah. I'll bring up some fitted sheets and see you tomorrow, man.
It's some drywall stuff. All right, man. Take it easy.
Yeah, cheers.
All right, guys. Hey, this is a good preview. Hour and a half. It's perfect. All right. I see Get Cracking the audience. I was talking to you earlier. Massive goes. Oh yeah, that's right. Go over to Jeremy's 20 J Peterson with an E 2028, and I am John Galt. And I had one more thing. Well, I'll do it tomorrow. There you go.
This nigga high as a motherfucker, by the way. Let me go fast forward. I am the nigga John Galt. This high ass nigga.
They don't dance no more. It's all about the lean. Back in the day, crack was jumping on the scene. Now they slumped on the sidewalk. Can't talk. Golden era faded, but we still feel the rock. They used to be kings, now they lost in the scheme. Popping them bottles, throwing money, living dreams. Now they zoned out and mumbling, fumbling. No rhythm in the city, the whole shit crumbling. They used to rock the house, they was riding through the streets. Remember there was dancing, sliding to the beat. Now it's poison in their veins, ain't no pulse on the street. Guess it's over now, they accepted defeat. Back in the day, the rock had a wild and free. Different story now, they got no energy. The new drugs got them slow with the hit unload. Out close and they don't dance no more. Block used to be jumping, top shit they was on. Now it's lights out, guess the thrill is gone.
I am the nigga John Galt. I bring it to you rough, rugged, and raw, nigga.
They don't dance no more, it's all about the codeine. Back in the day, they was rocking on the scene. Even dancing in the rain, now they nodding off. Shit just don't hit the same.
I am the nigga John Galt.